I see that your name's Balloony. I take it that, we're going to see Balloony. But first, Big Med wants his calzone.
There's some context behind that.
Let's see it. Let's go. Also, I do have another calzone with me. I just made I made 4 calzones before this episode, and I have another one with me. I'm hungry.
Tomato sauce.
I'm cranky like Big Stein.
Big Stein needs a big zone.
It's not eggplant, though. It's not eggplant.
It has tomato sauce, though.
I used blanched tomatoes. So I took tomatoes. I took the skin off, boiled them a little bit, took the seeds out, and just used that and cooked it inside.
That's really unfortunate.
It gets rid of the defense chemicals when you do it like that.
It's
I took all the bad parts out.
Suboptimal.
Yeah, it tastes good. And it's, it's spread amongst 4 calzones also, and there's like 3 tomatoes total, so it's not even like I'm eating that much tomato when I eat 2 calzones. But anyway.
You should have made a cream sauce.
I'm doing a low-fat thing right now.
L.
I'm doing the Petarian, version of kind of keep the carb. I mean, I still am keeping the carbs up. I've been doing that pretty much the whole time. Keeping them above the protein, doing some protein, still like balancing out with glycine and all that, and then fat, keeping it lower. Because, you got to be in that glucose metabolism. You feel me, dog? Anyway, guys, this is the podcast.
It's the only one.
Yeah. I don't know what else we would have to say there.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Greg, we had a stream just this past Sunday. The testing out the stream and get out, so we had we had Tuco there. But here's the thing. So you talked about your Odyssey. I don't know if you want to talk about something else first, but just to keep the viewers up to date, you talked about your Odyssey for the lamb. The problem is you did talk about getting some lamb in the gyro that you had, but we were like, let's figure out how to make gyro meat. And we never did that last episode. I had you watch It's Always Sunny recipes. We did Tinder. And then at that point, we were just kind of like, okay, let's end the stream. And we never got to how to gyro meat. That's unfortunate. And you were telling me before that, you said I got edged on the fucking lamb. And here we go again. You got edged on the fucking lamb.
It seems like it's pre-written at this point.
It has been foretold.
Over and over again.
Yes, it is the greatest story ever told. The Gregest story ever told.
It is pretty Greg. Yes. Anyway, if there was somebody here playing the part of Jesus, I mean, I'm just saying I'm the Arab, so I'm like in that Middle East, Jesus wasn't a white guy. Come on. I mean,
hey, he was a JOO, okay?
a JOO.
A JOO. Ca. Anyway, yeah, but we didn't do that. So let's do that today, actually. I'm going to try and not withhold that from you, but you did tell me before this that you might have some sort of story to tell or something like that. Like, I don't know what it is, but honestly, I'm just going to ask you, what have you been up to since Sunday? And perhaps that will lead you into whatever you're about to tell me.
Well, hold on. You're not going to do this to me 3 times now.
What?
Get to the gyro meat.
Oh, we're just going straight up for it. We're not even going to wait for that.
No chance for it to be edged again. Straight to the goon sesh. Okay.
What?
Straight to the goon sesh. Show me the lamb.
Pause. No, man. No. Okay, let's see. Gyro meat how to. Okay. Let's see who you trust the most. I mean, obviously you want this to be like some sort of Greek guy or Arab guy, right?
Preferably Greek.
Well, there was this one from, is that like soy boy one? Joshua Weissman, is that the one?
He's not exactly a soy boy. He's just kind of.
You don't insult him.
He's got some issues, but he's all right.
Now name these issues.
Like right now?
Yeah.
he kind of panders too much into like the sexual joke thing, which is like,
Yeah, I mean,
But
I
other
don't know.
than that-
I haven't. Well, he uses seed oils, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. That's
Yeah, there you go. That's automatic soy. Josh, if you get rid of the seed oils, we'll not say that word to you ever again. We will apologize about it. Actually, I will write you a formal apology if you just get rid of the seed oils. That's all I want from you. Anyway, but he does have a video. So do you want to watch his video? I mean, do you trust him out of all people?
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He says perfect. Yeah, he does. He says perfect homemade gyros completely from scratch. I'm gonna say I do trust him. I'm gonna actually say I do trust him. I've watched his videos before. I honestly, you know, honestly, I would prefer him to Babish though, if I'm being real.
I kind of do as well. I found him first, then Babish.
No, I found Babish first, then this guy. Babish was like one of the first cooking things I found.
I literally only found him like this past year.
Babish?
Yeah.
That's surprising. He's been around for ages.
I've known Weisman for like 3 or 4 years.
Weiss? Get the
Oh, let me
Weissman. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
I don't like very much. Weiss, get the killer.
What?
I had to censor the word like 3 times. It's the Dragon Ball one. It's I forgot his name. It's the cat guy.
I am still confused.
And there's like a Lego version of him on Instagram, and he's like, "You're okay." I guess I'll just use the first letter. He's like, "You're a N. I don't like N's very much. Weiss, get the N killer."
I still don't know what you're talking about.
It's Lord
Beerus.
The
voice better.
It's Lord Beerus, the cat guy from Dragon Ball. You know the shaved cat guy?
Nope.
Oh, well, never mind. It won't make sense.
Yeah, it won't. It's not making sense currently.
What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Okay, we'll watch the Euro video. Should we do it at like 0.25, 1.25?
I'd say skip to that like second chapter, maybe.
I'm gonna watch it at 1.5 and then we'll skip a little. I kind of want an intro here. We need to set the mood, okay?
Bro,
we can't just get into the meat. We can't just get into the meat.
Bro, you're like begging for a copyright strike if you just watch the whole thing.
Okay. We'll go to the dough. You wanted the dough, or you just want to skip to the meat?
What? I don't give a shit about the dough. I can make my own bread.
Okay, that's true.
Now while that's doing its thing, let's prep our meat. Yes, Joshy has the meat. Now first you'll need 3 to 4 pounds of boneless pork shoulder and about 1.5 pounds of skinless pork belly. Start by slicing your pork shoulder into 1/2 inch thick slices all the way down to lamb? And for the pork belly, you'll likely need to cut it into 2 even segments and slice it into 1/2 inch pieces as well, sort of like half bacons. Oh, look at them being cute.
No, I know they use pork in Greece, but I wanted lamb and beef.
Then I mean, you could just replace it, I guess. It would be the same process because he grinds some meat anyway.
Do they use the pork at the same proportion that they use the lamb?
From what I recall, it's pretty much just pork, and I think they do have like a combination thing. I don't remember if it was lamb or if it was beef. I'm leaning towards lamb though.
What do you mean?
So when I went to get a Euro there, like the default was pork, but you could also get like a combination of pork and another meat. I just don't remember what that other meat was, but it wasn't chicken or anything like that. So I'm assuming
the pork one?
I got the combination one. I actually have a picture of me, and I had a video of me eating it in Greece while watching some guy play the bass in the middle of Athens. And he was
I thought you were talking about the restaurant you just went to.
What? No, I'm talking about the OG shit.
Okay. Well, how much did the restaurant you tried out taste like the OG shit?
I mean, it didn't have pork in it, so not very much like it. Also, the Greeks put fries in their sandwiches.
In the sandwich?
Yeah, so like it's the Euro pita or whatever. The vegetables, the onions, tomatoes. I don't know if they use lettuce, actually. I don't think they did. They might have.
This is cringe.
The tzatziki, the meat, and then they put fries in there.
I don't like that.
I don't even know what they would cook that in because they're not huge on seed oils from what I.
Why wouldn't you just put the fries on the side and let people put it in if they want?
Because then you have to hold fries on a sandwich, or you can just hold a sandwich and eat it.
So it's like because it's street food.
Yeah. This was like I went to like a fucking street place. I didn't sit down and order it like that.
But I'm just saying, between the one that you just tried recently, after your edging session, and the one that's like the OG one, which one did you I know the OG one's obviously probably going to be better to you, but how did they compare?
It's been like 3 years, so it's kind of hard to say. Well, hold on, no. 2 years. So it's hard to remember, but I mean, obviously, the OG is better. I mean, if not only just for the fries in there. I mean, I know, like, we're wary on the seed oils and shit, but I mean, some fries in there do some good shit.
Okay.
Also, I only got like the meat, the sauce, and the cheese this past weekend, so.
That's based. That's what I would have done. All right. Let's watch.
And ready to be consumed. Now for the spice mix, snag a small bowl and combine. Get ready for this. 1 tablespoon or 13 grams of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon or 11 grams of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon or gyro meat.
We're
spice.
skipping the
It's a lot, but don't
seasons.
skip any of these if you want to taste
Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm going to skip them.
absolutely mad brava. Now place all your sliced meat in a container in single layers, seasoning each layer as you go until you've added all the meat. Then add the rest of your seasoning and gently toss together. Finally, add in 3 tablespoons or 45 grams of white distilled vinegar. Toss again until everything is thoroughly coated. I do it in layers to make this easier to coat with seasoning and, without shredding the meat to bits from violently tossing it around for too long. Now look, I bought this big rotisserie shawarma gyro roast meat thing, which honestly I highly recommend, and the link is in the bio. And I'm going to explain how to use it. But if you need an alternative, then you can always use the method in my al pastor recipe, and the link is in the bio for that skewer grill method. Now, anyway, stack your meat.
Okay, well, we're going to have to watch that after this for the method. Let's see. Al Pastor, where is that? Yeah, I'm going to have to open that in a new tab.
You're not getting the whole Euro thing?
No, we're going to watch this, and then we're going to see the alternative way.
All right.
Because,
once we get
I
like
want to
the
learn
actual
how to do it
cooking
at home
method.
without having to buy this whole Euro thing, man.
I mean, I kind of might make that investment if I have the money for it. Be worth
I don't
it.
care about spending money on stuff, or I don't care for it, I should say.
You don't want to stimulate the economy? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's, I should be using all my money for products that I'll probably use like once or twice ever.
There was a point in time where I first got keyed into like economics, where I was consciously buying as much stuff as I could, obviously without I had a decent sum of money that I could rely on. I wasn't going bankrupt or anything like that, but I was buying as much stuff as I could. And every time I felt guilty about losing money, I was like, well, I'm stimulating the economy. It's all right.
So it comes back to you. It benefits you because it doesn't really, but hey,
it's
you're
supposed
basically
to.
getting richer when you think about it. All right, let's watch this.
All the way up Papa's big rod, alternating pork shoulder and belly until all of your meat is used and it comes up to the tippy top. If you're using a rotisserie like mine, be sure to fix your prong holster on the top as well, and that is your beautiful log of meat. Isn't it gorgeous? Gazing upon it feels no different than staring at the great mountains forged by Mother Nature. Now pop your fat meat log onto your rotisserie and head to the great outdoors for safety. Turn on your electric spindle, heat the grills to about medium
Bruh.
low, if it gives that option, hopefully. Then all you gotta do is let it rotate and cook from anywhere between 1 to 3 hours, checking it often. And once the outside starts to fully cook, you can begin shaving it. Just be sure to avoid burning it as you do this. And really, that's all there is to it. This machine does the work for you. And it's
This is falling apart way too much.
Nah, bro, that's good.
I like a meat that you can get like a slice of it,
So
I mean, I understand this is probably really moist. That's not my point. I'm just saying, I think of Euro meat, I think of those strips.
Well, to be fair, he's also using pork belly.
True.
So
I
that's
thought,
like super fatty.
I imagined it being like a clump of meat that you make like ground,
I mean, that's what they do here.
Mm-hmm.
But since he's making it a more traditional way.
Yeah, okay, well, I wanted to see a lamb recipe, but sure, let's watch a little more.
one of my greatest investments yet. Okay, our rotisserie is going. It's time to finish the pita. Get your fully grown dough, punch the life out of it, and turn it onto a
Well, we don't need that. All right, let's see. He's going to assemble it. Ah, the tomatoes. And he doesn't even blanch them. What a noob.
What is that? Just like boiling them? I don't know what blanching is, to be honest.
Blanch is like you boil a little bit to get the skin off. Then you take the seeds out. Well, I don't know if seeds are necessary to the blanching process, but basically you're skinning them. You're taking the seeds out. You're removing all the toxins, man.
So all the toxins are in the skin and the seeds.
Like most of them. I think you get pretty much all of it out by just doing that. And also I cooked the tomatoes anyway after in the calzones. So on top of that, they're cooked.
In like butter or whatever?
They had like mozzarella and it was like spices, like, huh?
Close enough.
Yeah, I used like mozzarella, like cooking with them. It was that, some caramelized onions, not all the way caramelized, just like kind of like well cooked.
Translucent.
Yeah, and then some like spices, like white pepper, salt, and Italian seasoning.
By the way, mint and dill combo is underrated.
Now I'll tell you what
Especially
I like.
for, like Euro meat and or just lamb in general. Goes hard.
I'll tell you what I'm liking as far as these these herbs. I like the Italian seasoning because I really like the rosemary and the thyme. Those taste really good. And even Saladino's using rosemary in his beef when he's grilling it.
I've never been a huge fan of rosemary. I thought it was kind of overrated. I don't dislike
I like it as the Italian mix. I kind of like because I also like basil. Basil I think is good.
Vasilios?
Bro. I like basil, I like rosemary, I like thyme, like all of them together. It's a nice seasoning. The Italians know what they're doing there. The thing is, like, the Italians that cook in butter know what they're doing more than the olive oil ones, though.
Well, they're the ones that use less herbs.
Oh, unfortunate. I mean, they still use herbs, no?
They still do, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so I'm not using a shit ton of herbs. I'm just like moderately using them.
I don't know. They also eat a lot of fish in the South too. That's the other issue.
Yeah. I think I might do a mushroom
Italians are better.
calzone. I think I might do a mushroom calzone. I don't know about eggplant.
Mushroom sounds phenomenal, bro.
I know. I would make some
mushroom
calzone, man. I'd fuck that up. I just don't know about eggplant like that. I don't even know how safe eggplant is as far as like eating wise.
Bro, have you ever had eggplant like in general?
No.
Bro, it's awful. It becomes like mushy and like gross.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it more like what am I thinking about? I almost think of like a mushroom texture, just like a different color.
No, it's not like that.
That would
I
be
used
good,
to make
though.
eggplant.
It would be good if it was just
pretty...
like a thin mushroom, right?
Say that again?
Like I imagined it like if you slice an eggplant, it would just be like a slice of like kind of mushroomy texture, just not as spongy.
It depends on how thick you slice it.
But anyway, so you don't think the taste is good at all? Like in a calzone, it would taste like shit. Why did Steinbrenner like it?
I don't know. I recently found out that's a real person too.
Yeah. No, that's why they always showed him from the back, because they're not trying to like use it. They're not trying to make you think it's the fake one. They're trying to make it like seem as if it could be plausibly like, not actually the actor, but they just help you use your imagination by not showing his face all the time.
Yeah. I forget where, I think I saw it like on a sign or whatever somewhere. Anyway.
Yeah. My dad found Steinbrenner like as a character in Seinfeld very funny. Like the gimmick that they just like show his head from behind.
He's pretty great.
Yeah. Well, he is a funny character. I'll give you that.
Yes, very. Wait, what was I was going to say something now. I totally forgot.
I like the one
you
where
messed
they
it up.
What? This is like the Family Guy episode where they try starting a podcast. Actually, I don't know if they do that on the podcast episode, but the one where it's like Cleveland and Joe or somebody talking at the same time?
Yeah.
Or like Quagmire and Joe, something like that. They're like, what? And then they just go back to it. I don't know if that was the podcast one, but then Cleveland just sits there telling a 3-hour story about Velcro. Yeah. I was also watching a Sunny episode today where they were like doing like their own podcast, like Dennis and Dee. And so then it just keeps switching topics like every 2 seconds. So they're talking about like serious issues. And Dennis is like, oh yeah, stem cell research. And then Frank comes in and is like, no, we're going to talk about war. And then he brings in like Ben the soldier. And then he just starts he's like, D'Angelo, what was it like when you guys boned?
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm so far behind. I only understood half of that.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't watched the whole thing?
I told you I got cut off because Instagram guy, he turned off his Hulu, which I was leeching off of.
I am watching it on YouTube TV, and also I'm rewatching it because I already watched the whole thing before. This is like my technically my first full rewatch because I was trying to watch it with a Chip, but then I think this was a while back, like years back. I'm talking about. We were trying to do a rewatch, and he just kind of got like bored. But I like it. I'm watching it right now. I can't stop.
I think it's best to watch stuff like that on your own.
Probably, yeah. You watch
anyway,
it at
the Greeks are better.
I don't know if I can agree.
The Italians, they screw it. They add too many variables that are usually haram. Okay. Whereas the Greeks keep it. Well, actually, to be fair, the Greeks are kind of just like Southern Italians in terms of their cooking, except they use better meat.
Okay. So does that cover it for the Euro, or let's see what he does here.
Let's see the assembly.
The zest of 1 whole lemon, 3 cloves of grated garlic, and the juice from the lemon you just zested. Season that to taste with salt, give it a nice little mix, and that is your tzatziki. Now, if you're adding...
Even outside of this, I just don't... Like, what's with the raw onions? Why are the onions always raw?
I don't like raw onions.
I don't know
why you would do that.
Burn.
Especially the red ones.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, I don't like red onions at all, dude. I remember I was eating Subway as a kid. I put some red onions in my sandwich. I was like, why it's not even spicy. It just tastes bad.
Yeah, it's just not a pleasant flavor whatsoever.
I love plant defense chemicals. That's the best stuff, man. That stuff really gets my tongue going.
White and yellow onions are where it's at.
Yeah. Yeah, red onions in general, they're just, what's the point?
I don't know why anybody would willingly be like, yeah, let me throw some white, like even like the Mexicans know that. They use white onions in their tacos. Mm-hmm. Yet all the fucking like Southwest pretender places like Chipotle, they use red onions for some reason.
Well, you know what it is. Every time there's some plant out there, some vegans trying to eat it.
Is that like the monkey thing?
The one with the capsaicin?
No, like never mind.
Where it's like the monkey's asking evolution to give it like receptors.
No.
I don't know what you're referring to, but anyway, There was this joke in Sunny. Did you watch the one where like it was like the financial crisis one and Frank got like lost all his money?
Maybe.
He tries to hang himself like a couple times in the episode.
Probably.
He like starts doing like door-to-door knife sales and like vacuum sales. So
his more familiar.
Yeah, his strategy was to take like Dee's shoe and he shows the lady in the house. He's like, yeah, like I'll cut your shoe up her shoe up with your knife. And then he's trying to cut it up. And then he uses his knife and he cuts it up and he cuts it way better. And then Dee's strategy, well, he told her she has to like pour the wine all over her carpet. So she goes to get the vacuum. But then before Frank cuts, he's like, oh yeah, imagine you're cutting yourself like a nice steak. And she's like, oh, I'm a vegetarian, or I think she says vegan, if anything. And he's like, okay, well, imagine you're cutting yourself up. Yeah, I don't know what you people eat. Maybe it is a shoe.
Might as well be eating egg.
It was so funny when he said that. Dude, like they have really good like quips. I think the show is like really good at that. Like people just insulting each other like very quickly. It's very nice. All right, let's see this assembly.
Tomatoes, do me a favor and please slice them thinly, nicely, and season them with salt and let them sit for a few minutes to cure before using them. Trust me, it's life-changing. Now we can finally assemble. First, slice your meat fresh and hot from the spindle, always. Just get as much as you need to serve. Now take a big fat pita, flatten it, and yes, obviously you can stuff this, but I've always seen it wrapped like a taco, so, to each their own. Now add in your juicy meat, a nice dollop of tzatziki, some sliced and ideally cured tomatoes, additional diced cucumber, an even mix of fresh parsley, fresh mint, and...
That is an incredibly thick pita.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Look at that. You were talking about the bread the other day. Look at this thing.
Which bread?
The one from the Gyros we ate. Where you ate tahini.
Oh, that place. Dude, that bread fucking sucked. I don't know. It's like they put fucking like sleeping pills in that. Annihilated me.
And fresh dill. And finally, some very thinly sliced
fucking pita bread right there. Look at that. It looks
red
like
onion, which ideally has been sliced in paper thin and ran under some cold tap water to remove some of its bitter spiciness, but retain.
Looks like what?
The onions threw me off. What do you call it? Life preserver? Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Ideally cured tomatoes, additional diced cucumber, an even mix of fresh parsley, fresh mint, and fresh dill, and finally some very thinly sliced red onion, which ideally has been sliced paper thin and ran under some cold tap water to remove some of its bitter spiciness, but retain its sweetness. And that,
I mean, at least you ran it under the water. That was the least you could do.
Vinegar over it.
True.
There is the most bodacious, voluptuous, and nearly sensual gyros I've ever seen. Now let's see if all this works.
It's a good assembly. I think the meat ratio should be higher though.
Yeah, and none of this green stuff. What is this?
Actually,
what is that? Is that parsley though?
I think it was mint and thyme. No, not thyme. Go back. You said it.
I think you did parsley actually.
I think it was dill and mint.
Ideally has been sliced, to each their own. Now,
keep going.
It might not be as bad as I thought initially.
It's life-changing. Now we can finally assemble. First, slice your meat fresh and hot from the spindle, always. Just get as much as you need to serve. Now take a big fat pita, flatten it, and yes, obviously you can stuff this, but I've always seen it wrapped like a taco, so, to each their own. Now add in your juicy meat, a nice dollop of tzatziki, some sliced and ideally cured tomatoes, additional diced cucumber, an even mix of fresh parsley, fresh mint, and fresh dill. And
okay, it's parsley, mint, and
parsley, mint, dill, cucumber. That's not bad.
I don't know about the mint leaf though.
I don't know why you wouldn't just like have those chopped up and put it in the meat seasoning anyway.
It's odd. It's an odd choice.
Yeah, I don't want to eat a whole mint leaf. That just seems odd. I don't want to eat a whole leaf of anything, really.
I mean, even in like a mojito where it's supposed to be like minty and sweet and all that, you know, a whole mint leaf.
Yeah, that's...
You want that all muddled and stuff, you know?
Well, so it was mint, dill, and what was the other one?
Parsley.
Parsley. Yeah, even that, it's like you could have just like chopped that up and threw it.
You had some in the tzatziki.
Yeah, there's that too. It's in the tzatziki. You could have like rubbed it on the meat, pause, or you could have just sprinkled like the actual chopped herbs on top.
You put more cucumbers on the sandwich as well.
I mean, cucumbers are a fruit.
But more? I don't see it. I think it's too much. I think texture wise.
Right. Well, no. Hold on. When I used to eat like the, admittedly, a very haram falafel sandwiches, that crunch from the cucumber was pretty nice.
Okay. If you say so.
Finally, some very thinly sliced red onion, which ideally has been sliced paper thin and ran under some cold tap water.
Okay, I think we get the picture. I think we get the idea, unless you want to watch him eat it.
No, I need to see him eat it. I need to see him shove it in his mouth. Pause.
Okay, man.
So we have our gyro.
Bro, chill.
Now, homemade pita. Homemade meat. I mean, come on. We put it on the spindle and everything. Do you have to go that far? Of course not. We blew it out of the water. What am I supposed to say? When I bit into this, my brain had so many things going off at once that for some reason, the very moment that I tasted it, my brain just immediately went, yes, weird. I'm just being completely transparent with you guys. Oh, look at me. Look at me. The meat is ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous because, well, I tasted it as insanely good, but I also saw Victim's reaction. If you took one bite, it'll walk it off. That's how good it was. The pita itself, soft, fluffy, chewy, terrible.
Okay. I think we get the gist at this point. Let's see that al pastor method.
I gotta make my own gyros now.
Meats for tacos of all time at home. And viewers, I would recommend probably watching a little bit more of Last Chance U to keep up that stadium food inspiration. Now, once grilling time comes around, you can get some good.
Why is it not sped up?
Old-fashioned skewers. I would recommend getting metal ones. You know, the wooden ones are just too dang flimsy. You'll need 3 to 4 of them. Then just take your slices of meat and begin to stab on your skewers. I know it's going to start a little awkward at first, all right? That's okay. And rinse and repeat until you get a nice, tall, stacked log of meat. So essentially, you're trying to recreate that sort of like spindle roast style meat that you usually see in al pastor. Go ahead and get your grill set up for offset heating, meaning you want 2/3 of it hot.
Oh, but you still need a grill?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, God. Make sure to check it intermittently and flip occasionally until you get beautifully cooked and lightly charred al pastor.
Yeah, I don't have a grill.
Yeah.
So if I want to do it, I would have to get the Euro machine.
You'd still have to go outside. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to.
I mean, I would do it in my garage probably.
Here in my garage, with my Euro meat.
We got it out of the way. Our first half hour of the show, just like the quest for Popeyes jingles, we finally solved the case of how to make Euro meat. Your odyssey has completed. How do you feel?
I don't think it has, to be honest.
What's left in the odyssey?
So I went to Carrabba's a few months ago, and they were having this like spring promotion thing, even though it was like July or something like that. And they had these these lamb, what was it? Lamb T-bone steaks or whatever.
Oh,
that shit was good as fuck. And they had like this bourbon sauce. Probably had some skills in it.
Bourbon.
So, you know, whatever. What?
Bourbon.
That's how you pronounce it. Bourbon.
Bourbon, man. You know, I remember drinking bourbon in the end of last year. It was about a year ago at this point. Last time I had bourbon. Did not make me feel the best. Did not make me feel the best. And it didn't even taste the best.
Still?
Yes, that's why it didn't make me feel the best, or it didn't taste the best. Just, you know, get rid of the grain-based stuff. You know, honestly, I can't remember a really good experience with any grain-based thing. I mean, you know, talking about alcohol here, not like wraps and stuff. You know, you can make those at home. Made these calzones out of sourdough. Good stuff.
I'm still not sold on the bread thing.
You know, honestly, I mean, I would know if it was fucking up my digestion. I've been feeling good. I've also been having some sprouted bread. Really no problems with the digestion.
I will continue my aversion.
Yeah, whatever makes you feel good, man.
I think what I would do is if I okay, that was a stretch, but What I would do is when I make that Euro meat, I'd probably just lay it over a bit of like cilantro lime rice, like what they have at Chipotle, but minus the fucking rice bran oil. But
Yeah, we need to do something about that.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, Chipotle, count your days.
Instead of like the environmental people blocking roads and shit, you have someone calling in bomb threats to Chipotle over their rice bran oil. It wouldn't even be worth it though. Have you had one of their bowls recently? It's very mid, incredibly mid.
It's been probably a couple of years at least.
They overcook their steak, and they over season it too. Like it tastes exactly like all the seasonings that they put on there, which some people would say is a good thing, but no, it's really not. If it's like a meat like steak and stuff like that, like if it's chicken, fine, yeah, that's fair because there's barely any taste of chicken. But if it's like a ruminant animal, it usually has its own taste anyway from the fat. So you covering it up with seasoning just makes it taste like shit, quite honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
seasoning is supposed to like help the flavor, not be the flavor.
Right. If you want to make animal foods taste better, you just, I mean, even if you want to accentuate, I should say,
it's really salt.
Yeah, some salt, maybe some cream-based sauce, maybe a little bit of herbs, like, some of the ones we were just talking about. And honestly, just eat it with something nice and rich like potatoes.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore either.
You're not doing potatoes anymore?
No, every time I ate them, for the most part, like I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 times where I didn't do that. Every time I ate the potatoes, no matter how I cooked them, how long I cooked them, again, except for those like maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I had enough sugar where it counteracted it. I always felt like shit afterward.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So no, unless I get like a huge thing of like tallow, but
I'll be real too. Like, I mean, honestly, rice does a lot better for me than potatoes. And I mean, honestly, even these grains, like, the sourdough stuff is doing better for me than the potatoes too.
I don't know if potatoes are redeemable, if I'm being honest.
I mean, that's the thing. I really like how they taste. And honestly,
they do have a very great taste.
And they don't make me feel as bad as certain other things, but yeah, it's I get that, I have been not eating them as much recently either.
I think if you can get like a deep enough pot and like enough oil where you can fry them like they do in restaurants and stuff and make it like all like coconut oil or tallow or whatever, that might do it. But that's such an expensive process.
Well, what about mashed potatoes?
I don't even really like mashed potatoes that much.
Well, I'm just saying mashed potatoes versus the fried ones.
Well, I usually want fries if I'm going to eat a potato. But
how long have you boiled them, like at max, before frying them?
Probably like an hour. Well, you're not supposed to boil them wait, are you talking about the mashed potatoes or frying?
Before you fry them, how long is the max you boiled them for?
You're not supposed to boil them too much because then they start losing their texture, which makes it a problem when you fry them.
Well, because I was listening to this one Anabology, like he's on a podcast with this guy Noah Ryan. I listened to that episode he did, and he was talking about him and his girlfriend like having problems with potatoes.
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he wasn't on this. I don't understand what I was saying. I'm out of my mind here.
He can be on this.
Yeah, Anabology, come on. He was on some sort of long form content with this guy Noah Ryan, and he was talking about him and his girlfriend trying potatoes out, and he said no matter how long, he said that too. He's like, no matter how long we cooked them, and he said he boiled them for like an hour before even like frying them in butter or anything. He's like, yeah, they still made us feel bad.
Yeah, I don't know why it's potatoes specifically.
I'll tell you what, like if I don't eat potatoes exactly right anyway, like I will notice it a lot where like I will have stomach problems. So unless I make them like, I think honestly, the most preferable version of them for me has been, I mean, I would say mashed has been like best as far as digestion and energy and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boiling them for a sufficient amount of time, putting a bunch of saturated fat in there and then eating them like that has honestly been the best way. Like any sort of like roasted or like fried or trying to do like hash brown stuff. The hash browns I think have been terrible, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the best way I've had potatoes was when I went to one of those Brazilian steakhouses and they have that amazing buffet bar. Can't be beat. They had these potatoes au gratin, the French way with like the wine cream sauce. That shit was incredible.
These are mashed?
No, they were like what do you call them? What the fuck does it one place call them? Like silver dollar cuts, I guess you could call them.
Mm.
Like rings.
Yeah.
Not rings, but
and they cook them in a wine sauce, you say?
it's like it's not a wine sauce. It's like a cream based sauce, but it has like wine that adds that like extra like bitter flavor kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it was freaking.
So-
I even saw like a video where somebody listed out like the ingredients. I was planning on making them at some point, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it anymore because the potatoes
Right.
they just can't be beat for some reason.
I know Paul was talking about his issues with white rice and potatoes, but I haven't really had the same issues with white rice that I have potatoes at all.
I mean, whenever I eat white rice, it's almost always when I cook them in the water. Plus, I add coconut oil to it, and then when I cook them again, usually in like a fried rice form, I add butter and coconut oil on top of that. So it's basically not an issue.
I mean, I do butter when I'm initially cooking them, and then I'll do like, when I've been making rice pudding, I'll use like a non-fat milk powder, so it's not even really extra fat.
Hold on. You're cooking your rice before for rice pudding?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
Why not? I cook them, I boil them in water, and then just for a little bit, like add all the stuff, and then boil them for a little bit.
Bro, you're supposed to cook it in the milk.
Well, if I want some rice before, I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to make the rice pudding after with like the extra rice.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to cook it in milk.
Yeah, that's the process. It's raw rice, or I don't know, I guess like hard rice, whatever you want to call it. You throw it in the milk mixture, and then you cook it for like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half? I never cooked it for an hour and a half.
It's usually like 45 minutes, but I find best consistency is like an hour, hour and a half.
Really? How much water versus rice are you using?
I'm using like 4 times, I'm using the same amount of water as rice.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah. And then I use like 4 times the amount of milk. I sometimes throw in some cream when I was doing it.
Wait, it's 1-to-1 water to rice and then 4 times that in milk?
Yeah.
That's a lot of milk.
It's pretty great.
And
That's
it's
why
like a creamy texture?
Huh?
It's a creamy texture?
Yeah.
I would think
Because
the
you're
rice would
basically-
get too much like water,
Huh?
I would think the water from the milk would make it like a too watery of a boil,
No, because you boil it and you're removing the moisture, so the milk becomes like thicker, like cream.
How long do you boil it for before you simmer it?
Oh, well, hold on, not boil, because you're not supposed to let it boil. Actually, you're supposed to
Oh,
let
at
it
all?
simmer the entire time. Yeah.
Well, how hot do you bring it up before you put it a little bit back down?
The range I was using at the time was kind of off, so I only had to put it at like 3, but it was like really hot for a 3.
3?
Yeah.
3 what?
I don't know, the fucking dial on the stove.
Dude, not everybody has a fucking 3 on their stove dial.
They don't?
No, I don't.
What do you have?
I have low, medium, high.
Oh. That sucks.
Dude, I don't know what you mean by 3. 3 out of 5? 3 what?
3 out of 10.
Oh my God. I would have not guessed that.
What?
How was I supposed to know this?
Every single
10?
stove I've had
There's
has had
10
that.
options on your stove?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wouldn't think that.
Literally every stove I've had.
Well, actually, mine doesn't even do like mine does like, you can go in between the low and the middle and the high. You can just go like exactly, you can crank it to exactly where you want to, because it's not like it's like a nice smooth motion.
Yeah, mine isn't like that either. It's smooth.
Then why do you have 10?
Because you need to know how hot it is.
Well, I have low, medium, and high. So what do you want me to do? You want me to put it a third of the way up?
I guess, yeah.
This is new to me. I've never had a stove that had 10 settings on it.
How often have you moved?
Well, I've only had total like 3 stoves.
I've moved like at least 10 times in my
I've
lifetime.
had like 3 stoves, and you're telling me every time out of the 10 you've had those 10 settings on your stove.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Who has this? Did you bring the stoves with you, or they were new stoves every
I
time?
bring the stoves with me.
I don't know. You're moving. I don't know.
I mean, usually it was like to apartments or another house that had fucking stoves in them.
This is insane. I've never heard of this. Chat, do you guys know about this? I don't know.
This is why I gotta start streaming.
Anyway,
Well, yeah, you
moving-
let it simmer for a while.
how much butter do
until
you
like
put?
the water's like until like it's almost like not halfway, but like a quarter of the like liquid is gone.
How much butter do you put? None? Just
I don't
coconut?
put any. It's just the milk is enough.
And just a little bit of coconut oil?
No, just milk.
You said coconut oil. That's just for rice.
Yeah, that's for like regular rice, not the rice pudding.
Okay.
Although the coconut oil would probably impart a nice flavor on there.
I'll have to see how that works. So wait, how much when you put how much rice are you doing?
So I actually have a recipe that I have saved on my computer, and by this point I've made it so many times I have it like memorized. I usually make it for what the recipe says is like 8 servings. So I have a huge like metal pot that I do big stuff in, and I'll put a cup of water, 4 cups of milk, a cup of rice. Usually calls for like a fourth of or not a fourth, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I always go over and go for a full cup, if not a little bit more. And then after a while of it simmering, that's when I add all the not aromatics, but like the flavor enhancers, I guess you'd call it.
Like
cinnamon. So I add like rose water. No, I don't add cinnamon. I add rose water. I add some vanilla extract. Sometimes I add, depending on what I have, you know. Sometimes I'll add like molasses. Sometimes I'll add honey. Sometimes I'll add the orange syrup I have sitting there. Depends on what I got. The rose water, though, the rose water is pretty much essential. The rose water makes it so much better without it than without it.
I'll have to try that. I just don't know if I can imagine rice pudding without cinnamon.
I don't have to. I bought some rose water from an Arab market, that Arab market I was telling you about on the stream, because they were out of lamb. So I was like, well, shit, I kind of want to buy something now. And I had the rose water for a decent price. I was like, all right, fuck it. So now I'm going to have to make that rice pudding again. Because that's an easy like snack to like take on the go or whatever.
Do you think I'm odd for adding raisins to mine?
I mean, that's not, I believe that's common practice.
It is, and it's good.
Especially for Caribbean people.
Yeah.
I don't do it, though.
What are you saying about me?
Was that not revealed yet?
I think it was.
I was going to say, I thought it was. Not the black type, but
that's all I needed you to say, man. I just needed to clear the air.
You don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
audience, you should try making some rice pudding. I just gave you the whole fucking recipe.
Now, were you going to mention something earlier? Because it felt like you said you had some sort of topic or something to talk about today.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but we'll see what happens with it. So,
well,
I was waiting. Huh?
We do have something prepared for after, so it's all right.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
When I was looking for this this photo, I had to type in Phineas and Ferb, obviously, and some of the results at the top are Phineas and Ferb Halloween costumes, and they look fucking ridiculous. But anyway, the topic I have is I stumbled upon this site because earlier when I was waiting for this guy to take, like 30 minutes to fucking finish eating and cleaning and shit to set up, I was persuaded to try once again making some popcorn because I always have the craving for popcorn, unfortunately. It's been bound to my soul since I was a wee lad. And now that I know how to make it like the way the movie theaters used to make it, with coconut oil and real butter and salt and popcorn. Now I can just do it. I don't have to go watch some shitty I almost said the word. Some shitty, less than valuable form of entertainment for the masses to get it. Because I mean, even now it sucks. They don't season it right. It just tastes like shit. But anyway, I was looking up what our Lord and Savior Pete said about popcorn, and I couldn't find anything. But what I did find is an article on Ray Pete from the so-called Rational Wiki.
And you found something on there about popcorn?
No, I found Rational Wiki.
Reach for the popcorn. Oops, that's my cock.
What?
It's from Kanye's song. His recent album.
That sounds like a Family Guy skit.
Time moving slow.
Anyway, so are you aware of Rational Wiki?
Somewhat. I've been on there.
Oh, okay. This is my first time discovering it. So I did some experimenting. I typed in a few names to see what they said on certain people and all that, certain topics. And it's basically now, I'm not one to throw accusations like left and right, but I would not be surprised if this I guess what organization or whatever had some kind of a monetary incentive to push a certain outlook. If you catch what I'm making. Okay. Anyway, I looked up all the topics and stuff like that, and it's basically like a website of Cope, of just giving the standard acceptable answers on anything and everything. And I tested it out. The only thing I could find that wasn't like in some way ultra sarcastic was an article on ASE. So that kind of proved it.
Ray Peat was an American conspiracy theorist, quack, and cholesterol denialist who promoted pseudoscientific views about nutrition. His most bizarre claim was that the essential polyunsaturated fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6, are harmful to human health and should be reduced in the diet to the lowest amount possible. Pete insanely argued that a tablespoon of sucrose in honey can cure animals and emergency patients with fatal injuries, but was unaware that honey only contains between 8 and to 5% sucrose. He made many other ridiculous claims, such as avocados causing cancer. Well, Pete's dietary views have been embraced by some people on the far right, notably Bronze Age pervert. Yeah, so I mean, I have seen that before, that description. So I get what you're saying to an extent. I just don't know. I mean, I guess I wouldn't deny it either. I wouldn't be completely.
Hey, I never said I thought this is what happened. I just said.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to go out of my way to deny it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I will deny the cholesterol, though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, like.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All you have on the cholesterol is hearsay.
They have Paul Saladino on here. I didn't know that.
That's amazing. He doesn't even have a regular wiki.
AKA Carnivore MD is an American YouTuber, anti-vegan activist, cholesterol denialist. Let's go. Conspiracy theorist and former carnivore diet advocate who promotes an expensive animal-based diet. Bro, I mean, Paul is always showing how to save money eating that way.
To be fair, high protein diet is going to get expensive no matter how you cut.
Well, the thing is, he talks about other things you can eat, which he just says include red meat. And then he shows that you can get, he shows the meat missile at Walmart.
I will wait. What?
The meat missile, bro?
I will say he does promote. I'm not sure if I'm confusing him with the people or not, but it does seem like he promotes the cheapest option for the most part as being the most healthy, which is liver and then ground beef. Anyway,
I mean, he's not saying that every single cheapest option is the best one. He's just showing you how to save money eating that way. Like, he's saying this is how much you can eat per day on an animal-based diet. Like, here's how much you can actually afford, based on your budget. If you can't get the grass-fed everything beef, it's not as bad to get the grain finished. Now eggs, you do want to get a little bit more expensive just because the lower quality ones have more issues. But stuff like
coconut oil,
huh?
Coconut oil.
That doesn't completely fix the problem with eggs, but
it fixes enough.
I don't know.
I don't have money for organic eggs, bro.
Yeah. There's levels to it, to the eggs.
Levels?
Yes.
Avicii?
Anyway, the meat missile is that big rocket. He called it a meat rocket or something like that, but meat missile is just so much more fitting, right? It's the 5, or not even the 5. I think it's the 10-pound ground beef tube at Walmart. That thing's $30. You can freeze that, portion it out, and you have meat. You don't have to go meatless. You know what I mean? You can get you can get, I mean, coconut oil is a pretty affordable thing if you're just using it to cook and you're not eating a shit ton of it like me. But because I eat a spoon a day in my coffee. But and then I eat sometimes, I mean, I cook a lot with it too. But stuff like that. There's just so many other solutions, like fruit, like produce. Like you can get a watermelon, dude. Like if you really want to have a lot of fruit. Yeah, there's ways to not have to spend so much money eating that way where you can, but it's affordable for most people to just not eat slop. But they do accurately represent, I guess, what he's saying to eat, because they say consisting of grass-fed beef, organs, fruit, honey, and raw dairy. Yeah, sure. Let's see. In 2020, Saladino claimed to eat half a lamb testicle every day, based, and was recommending people to eat raw liver. Saladino makes pseudoscientific YouTube videos arguing that the defense chemicals in vegetables such as cauliflower, chard, and kale are toxic and will kill people. Well, I don't know if he says they'll like outright just make you die after you eat some, but
yeah, I don't think it's like a poison pill or
yeah,
whatever.
He's saying like he eats some of these things and it makes his eczema flare up and stuff like that. Like if you have autoimmune issues, it may cause more problems. I mean, he even literally says like, look, if you're thriving and this thing doesn't make you feel bad, okay, well, that's your deal if you want to eat that. The only thing he's really like most against, which is based, is the seed oils, like or anything like processed foods. Because when it comes to things that are still like natural, that are edible for humans, like, certain vegetables, like he's like, okay, well, some people like they may do better on rice. They may do better on potatoes. They may do better on this or that or that. If you guys are doing well, just do it. But if you are feeling bad, you probably want to make the switch to a cleaner diet, which he's pretty much giving you. Honestly, like what I like so much about it is that even if you don't eat completely animal based, like you kind of go into the more Pete sphere, or like you find some other foods that work, this is like the best elimination diet that anybody could go on, honestly, to figure out what's wrong. If you have symptoms of things, like to just go on the animal-based diet completely. Like if I started feeling like really bad health-wise, I think I would just cut back and just go on that like strictly, just to figure out what's going on. You said what?
Animal-based?
Yeah, like strict animal-based, like because there's not really anything in it that's going to cause issues. I mean, maybe if it's like a certain quality, like how something's processed, like if we're talking about like honey, or if we're talking about like milk, those could be issues, but you just switch like to the ones that are good. But yeah, I mean, if I wasn't doing too good, like, and I know it's the diet that's causing it or something, like I would just cut out what's causing the problem. Or if I don't know what it is, just try and scale back to figure out if there is something just that's been agitating me. One recommendation Anabology made that I thought was interesting. He's like, if you want to figure out if something's bad for you, like eat a lot of it. But it's not really in the sense of like, you can know something's already bad for you, but I think that's what he was doing with like potatoes and such, where, maybe you don't know that it's that bad for you until you start making a lot of it your diet. And then you figure out, hey, I probably shouldn't even eat that, because honestly, when I make it a higher portion of what I'm eating, I'm starting to feel worse. Yeah. So it's not a bad strategy. It's experimentation. I think that's great. And honestly, yeah, I forgot how bad Rational Wiki was, honestly. Like I had been on there before and I was like, okay, yeah, they have like articles and stuff. I just hadn't remembered how poorly they like, how opinionated, how, mainstream, how
it is.
I don't know if I want to say mainstream, just because mainstream is like, Saladino is mainstream, like not in the sense of like, oh, he's just with the official narrative, but like in the sense that like he has a big viewership and people watch him and they enjoy him. Like that's mainstream, right? I mean, it's not like it's completely alternative. So mainstream isn't like inherently a bad thing. I would say like official narrative or like the science. Yeah, this is a website made by those that just want to peddle that.
Current thing.
Yeah, exactly. This is a current thing website. But yeah. So yeah, Saladino was on a carnivore diet for a year and a half or less, but still sells copies of his book, The Carnivore Code. I mean, at that point, your book's out. Like, what are you going to do? Pull it back? He's talked extensively about why he eats fruit now. But
it's
even
not
at that
even
point,
exactly, well, I don't know, unless he goes off on like carbs or whatever. I mean, you could still have that as like a starting point anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you need the carbs, but I mean, animal base is just the best starting point. But he was experimenting at the time. The carnivore had been the best thing up until that point for him, like because he was on vegan, destroyed his health, obliterated his lean muscle and everything, and just it was terrible for him. He was doing awful. He goes on
electric, annihilate his metabolism.
Honestly, I didn't even share the Rational Wiki page. If you want me to show that,
which one?
I mean, just the Saladino one.
I don't care.
Yeah,
You
I can
read
just put it
most
up on
of
the
it.
screen so we can talk about it. Yeah, so people can read with us, I guess. Why do they need money? The 2024 legal defense fundraiser has ended early due to the board. What? Okay, I don't know what that's going on. But anyway.
I think they're just doing it because Wikipedia does it.
Oh, so it's like a parody?
This is your last time. We're going to run out of money, please. And it happens like every fucking year.
Yeah. I'm going to need your mom's credit card information. So, what was I saying? Yeah, he was on veganism, didn't work for him. I don't know if he went straight to paleo after that or not. I think that he was talking about doing that because, I think he did paleo, then carnivore, because he was saying like the veganism wasn't working. So he wanted to try like a natural food diet consisting of everything, but that included nuts, vegetables, all that. He said he was still having eczema problems. That's why he cut out all the plant foods and just went to meat. He was feeling great in the beginning, but he said after a while he's getting like cramps and like electrolyte issues and all that. He said that was fixed by the fruit and the carbs. And so now he eats that. But I mean, the meat in the first place was the building block for what became his way of eating. So, I mean, he figured out that that's actually one of the foods that's not going to cause all these issues, autoimmune wise. It's actually going to be very good as far as the vitamins you get. It's going to be, I mean, overall, just very healthy for you to eat that way. I mean, even if you're not like eating like a bunch of fruit or whatever, let's say you're just like getting off the processed foods and you're getting off like uncooked plant foods and stuff that aren't cooked right, or even just ones that you shouldn't be eating. You're going to feel a lot better. And I think that's just kind of the lesson that like, it's people in general, unless you're like vegan and you do it for too long and then you have to stop. But, people in general, when they switch off the unprocessed foods, they start to feel better, at least in the beginning. And that's just kind of a lesson about like the slop that people are eating today. So I think Paul has a good message. I just, they just, I don't know, man. Like, what is the motive here? What are they shilling for? What is the motive? Right. Very good question. Yeah.
Well,
so
here's the way I see it. Either they're coping with their own awful lifestyles or whatever, and try to be like, well, no, because I eat this and I feel fine. Have you ever noticed that whenever you tell anybody anything like contrary to like anything like that, it doesn't even have to be food. It's like, what? Well, I mean, it works for me. And it's like, they don't even think about, because I mean, I was the same way when you started talking about that with our other acquaintance. And then I like switched to it for a little bit. I was like, oh, wait, shit, this does actually feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of crazy how unwilling people are to even conceive of like other ideas being possible.
Yeah. And the thing is like, oh, bro, everybody's different. Everybody's different, man. Therefore, like, I'm going to eat all these seed oils and it may not affect me negatively. It may not do
He's
bad
the
for
one
me.
guy that his biology is different enough where you can take it.
It's odd because you can have points where you can't tolerate something compared to somebody else. And a lot of the times that can have to do with where your autoimmune system's at or where your digestion's at, especially like the gut. Like if your gut isn't clean and you don't have the right microbiome, you're going to have a harder time digesting like starches. It's going to be like worse off like trying to eat certain things. So that makes sense to me, right? You can be in different biological states where things are harder to eat or not eat. You can have intolerances. You can build intolerances by not exposing yourself to things like lactose or whatever problem milk is having. Because I've had that before, and I just exposed myself to more milk. And they talk here about how Paul says he couldn't tolerate milk. I mean, it's possible to just get used to milk. I did it, but people make it to the point where they think like people are actually just supposed to eat completely different diets and it's just where you're from and your ancestry. And, it has nothing to do with like, something you can change. It's just, that's how you're born. That's what you were meant to eat. Like, there are foods that will be more conducive to human health. But the thing is people act like these are like radically different foods for each person. So, I mean, that's just, it's like, it's odd to me that people think this is the way, like, oh, yeah, this diet must work for him. So therefore, like anything could work for me. I just have to see what that is.
I mean, it's only when they're pressed on that, when you ask them like questions and stuff like that too. Because otherwise, if they're on the offensive, it's like, what? I can't believe you eat that much meat. Don't you know it's going to kill you? Like it's like a defense mechanism. As soon as you press them on something and they don't know the answer, it's like, well, I'm just different. I don't have any issues. It doesn't even matter.
But or sugar. I've gotten way more like pressed on eating sugar than not eating seed oils.
That's the hardest one, yeah.
People have been way more critical about that one. Even like the cutting out seed oils, people are like, okay, I guess I could see that. I don't know, saturated fat isn't great, but sugar, oh my God, that's gonna kill you. that's the end. That's the end, dude. I'm gonna see you in 5 years, you're gonna be gone.
You should have seen it yesterday. And in a little chat, me and our potential new guest coming on, we're having an argument. Well, not even an argument. This guy was asking for advice in that one server. And he was asking, like, guys, I'm not getting the gains I want or whatever. And I was telling him, hey, yeah, maybe if you switch up your diet or whatever, maybe you'll either A, fix the issue you're having, or B, accelerate the process. Like, what? What are you talking about? Sugar? Oh, okay. I was going to be nice for a bit. Then he called me retarded. And that's when I was like, okay, all right. Oh, shit.
Okay, well, write down where you said that. But wait, so this wasn't the guy that you already proposed on the show, right, to me?
No, he joined in later on. He wasn't the guy that in question though.
Can you put it in the chat, private chat, so I can see?
Okay.
But yeah, we're about at the hour mark. Let's just see that because I'm interested. Wait, but who was the one that joined in?
Him.
Yeah, but who was the one you were arguing with?
His username was it's in the purple server.
Oh my God, dude, I'm asking you now because I don't want to have to like scroll through there. Is it recent?
Oh my God, it's the last thing in the fitness channel. That's all that's been posted there for like the past 2 days.
Guy?
Yeah,
the protege,
the guy that was simping over that one guy.
The protege.
Yeah.
You know the dude. Wait, you know the dude because like this guy is claimed to be a protege of a guy who had like this hypogonad issue where he wasn't producing the right hormones. Dude, we were just talking about that last night, me and the actual guy, the one with the hormone issues. He was saying he's doing better now because he's actually eating food. He wasn't eating food. He wasn't eating. Bro, he said he would do like 3 cups of milk in the day and then at night eat like a carrot and some goldfish and that's his day. Bro, he wasn't eating food. Of course you don't have hormones. Of course your hormones aren't being produced when you're not eating food. My God. And I was telling him like, dude, that was definitely a cortisol response for your body. I was explaining it to him and he's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No wonder.
Dude, bro, are retarded.
It was insane. But no, he said he's eating better now. So he's actually, I mean, some of it's like PUFA foods like chicken thigh and like salmon, but he is eating more like of like actually good foods as well, like PD foods. Like, I mean, I was surprised how much he's even eating of that stuff. He said he was frying his bacon in coconut oil.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. I didn't even introduce that to him. He said he was already doing that and his eggs. And so he was doing that. He was also eating like salmon and chicken, but I gave him some recommendations. He's like, okay. And then he said it's good. Then I'm like, he's still drinking the 3 cups of milk a day at least, which is great too. He's like eating, from the sound of it, a lot more natural foods. Like he's eating more fruit. He's eating more fruit. Like he was naming a bunch of fruit that he was eating as well. So this guy's actually eating food now, and he's saying that the problem's going away. Yeah, that's crazy. Why? I couldn't have thought that would happen.
Why would he not
associate one with the other?
Even like someone that's not like well versed in like nutrition. Well, okay, hold on. There is that one caveat. I guess that's kind of valid, but still, like, what?
Because I think people like they think. I think people think as long as you meet some sort of threshold of just eating anything that, for some reason your body's going to be all right. It's like,
what threshold?
People are on this mindset that you don't need calories or you don't need like a certain amount like that. Oh, you just need to eat something and you're all right. But, because like I've had this talk with people where, and even like, people like family where they'll think like it's ridiculous that I would suggest that there would be a day that I needed to eat more calories. I was like, oh, I'm having like some sort of like stress problems. I think I needed some more food. And this was before the whole digestion stuff, right? So like there was a point where I was going through like, this was like early 2020. I was going through a little bit of stress at that point. Obviously, like there was a lot going on, not just, in the world, but in my life. And so there was like some nights where I would feel like kind of stressed out and like even like I would have like I guess not as much food as I should have been having. And then I was thinking like, man, I should have eaten like, cause at this time, you know, I was thinking like I was eating like yogurt and stuff like that. You know, now I wouldn't eat as much of that, but I was thinking I should have eaten some more of that yogurt, which would have been better than nothing. I was thinking like, yeah, I should have eaten some more food that day. And I had people tell me that this is like some sort of ridiculous notion that like, that's not going to do anything for your stress. That's crazy.
That almost sounded like a Jerry thing.
That's crazy. Anyway. It's wild. It's wild. It's insane. But yeah, no, I mean, like it kind of, because even at the time I didn't know as much as I know now. It still was odd to me that somebody would think that that's an odd notion, that that's like that's some sort of alien language, that you eat more and you feel better. I know I eat more, and I've always known I eat more and I feel better. Like, you know, like this is it. And if you're stressed out, you eat more and you feel, I mean, you would have to eat like foods that reduce cortisol to avoid like putting on weight from eating during times of stress. But obviously the stress will be minimized by things like orange juice and milk and all that. I mean, this was practically not like intuitive, but, you know, practically there where it's like, I understand what I'm feeling, you know, I understand what I need. And, you know, for people to say like, this is some sort of ridiculous notion, it's like, you're just literally brainwashed.
I'm trying to figure out what possible threshold somebody could have in their mind that says 3 glasses of milk, a carrot, and goldfish is all right.
That's like
whole day's worth of food.
That's like it's like 500 calories at best. Meals. That's like 500 calories at best. And this guy is like somebody that needs like, you know, to get like he's younger. He needs more food than others. Huh?
This guy looks like a survivor from the.
Yeah, I was telling him like, no wonder. Like I was like, your body must be in a state of scarcity. Like, you know, he was saying he was agreeing because he understood that this was the case. But man, that is insane. Like, of course you feel like shit. Of course your hormones are tanked. Like that is. I just don't know, man. Like you know you're supposed to eat food like to support like growth and like support like, you know, healthy functions, like in order to, you know, support yourself. Like, you know that food helps that food helps repair the body. Food helps with, you know, health, like your nutrition's important. I don't know. Like, I guess some people like, they think like starving themselves is also good. They're like, oh, well, the body knows what to do with the resources it still has. Like, I don't know, man.
There was one point where I was like ultra skinny, like underweight almost, or no, actually, yeah, just underweight by like 20-ish pounds, whatever. But anyway, and I mean, I knew that I just wasn't eating a lot. I just didn't care. Yeah. So I think there's like this new, because I found this like with a lot of other people too, that I've known, and people like just in general around this kind of, around our age where, and I figured it was like a college thing where you're broke or whatever, but even like frat guys and shit like that, even if they don't have like rich parents that cover everything, they're still eating maybe not the best nutritionally dense meals, but they're still eating enough a lot of the time. But there's like this like other subsection of people in that age range where they just kind of don't eat. They don't have the need to eat, and they don't see the point of eating for the most part. And they'll eat like shit, like goldfish and like Cheetos and shit, like nothing else.
I saw some woman on Twitter, which, you know, it made sense when she actually said it. She pointed out like, oh, well, these girls don't actually have fast metabolisms. Like they just don't eat. Like, think about it. Like, you know, you never see them eating. They're like, girl, you don't actually have a fast metabolism. You're just starving yourself. And it's true. I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of these chicks, it's like, they don't actually have a faster metabolism. And the thing is like, you would have a better metabolism and you can still improve it even after tanking it. It's harder, but you can get back. With things that would like block cortisol, like aspirin is one thing that Georgie recommends a lot for this. And, you know, just other things that would block cortisol would be very good for helping the metabolism again. But, you know, the problem is like you definitely tank it when you're doing this. And so you're negatively affecting, and your metabolism isn't just something that like, oh, you know, this is just something that tells me like how many calories I can eat, and that's it. That's where it ends. Like I can eat 500 or I can eat 3,000, like, and then that's it. Like that doesn't affect any sort of thing in my health or my aging or my body or anything, because there's also the notion in science that like, you know, I mean, they almost make it seem like you're actually supposed to have a lower metabolism to live longer, which is crazy as well. You know, because you
want to eat more than 2,000 calories? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. You know, that's unfortunate, but, it's just, you know, people don't understand what they're doing to themselves when they're eating seed oils, or they're tanking their metabolism by not eating enough calories, that they're putting themselves in a state where they're going to they're going to be aging themselves more rapidly. They're going to be negatively impacting their thyroid function. They're going to be, this is why people are going bald prematurely. This is why, you know, people feel so stressed out or tired. You know, don't you see all these things on Instagram? I don't see them all the time, but I've seen like people post memes and people think it's relatable where it's like, I'm just so tired, you know? Like they have these memes where it's like, I'm just so tired, and people feel that way. Well, you know, first of all, because they're eating a lot of seed oils, but also because they're working these monotonous jobs that are causing the serotonin increase. Because serotonin works when you have this like schedule of things that, you know, you can't break free from at all. The serotonin's going to go up. And so that's going to stress you out as well. So a lot of these things are just causing people to feel tired all the time. They can't get on a consistent sleep schedule. They have blue light exposure at night, which is also causing issues with circadian rhythm. And so overall, people are just screwing themselves completely. And then they're wondering, why do I feel like shit? And they think it's like, well, you know, shouldn't I feel like this, like, you know, when I'm old? And no, you shouldn't. But they're thinking like this, like, I'm too young to feel like this. Of course you are, but you're rapidly aging yourself. You're negatively impacting your metabolism. And you think it has nothing to do with what you're eating. You think it has nothing to do with, you know, like, you know, and it's not just your sleep, but sleep is important too. And it's not just about the hours slept. It's about a consistent sleep schedule. But, you know, people just ignore all these other factors in their life because they're not told to make these connections. They're not explained that these things matter. They're not taught to think logically. And so they're not thinking about the connections in their lives like this guy who would eat like 500 calories a day or less and then wonder why he's feeling so bad. Right. And then only figure it out once he starts eating more. And so, you know, people have just been conditioned to, I mean, rely way too much on opinions of doctors to ever figure out anything for themselves. And, you know, we are not medical professionals. We don't know, blah, 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 advice, whatever, go see your doctor or something. Yeah, we're not
see your
medical advice. See your doctor, whatever. But the point being is that people aren't basically are conditioned to not have any sort of agency, not conditioned to take any sort of like, you know, experimentation into account or figure out what works for, like, you know, and, you know, honestly, like depending on the stage you're at, something different might work for you to get to you to an optimal point. But when you're in an optimal point, a lot of the similar things would work for you as other people who are at an optimal point, but maybe the pathway is a little bit different. But I mean, you kind of have to experiment to figure out what it even is, unless somebody else is telling you they experimented and figured it out. Even so, you shouldn't just accept that blindly. You should be able to somehow logically conclude that, okay, well, this makes sense for me to be trying out. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane to me. And then you get stuff like this Wikipedia page right here, this Rational Wiki, where you have people calling Paul and Ray Pete conspiracy theorists for saying that maybe the advice that coincides with a massive amount of obesity isn't good. Maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe it's flawed. Maybe like just for questioning it, they have these pages written about them where they're deeply criticized, not only for any sort of inconsistencies they've ever had throughout their years of explaining things, or, you know, any little maybe detail that they could have cleared up if you had asked for more information, or maybe you don't know the context. No, it's just they put up these smear pieces and want to call them informational articles. That's what you get.
Yeah. So two things before I guess we move on, because we've been on this for a bit, is I'm not even that opposed to having like directly opinionated articles or whatever, because I mean, I don't know, I'm used to like reading like philosophical stuff like that, and that's basically what that is. This is, I guess, where I'll break with most people. I don't care as long as they're right. Not like, for example, somebody's making like a treatise on like the benefits of like polyunsaturated fat. I would at least applaud them for not being afraid to be, I don't know, like raw in the fact that they're not trying to be objective. But I would still think they are, okay, hold on, let me censor myself a bit here. They are a stupid poo-poo dunderhead. But I'd rather somebody that actually knows what they're talking about and actually says it confident, not having to like step on eggshells because they got to be objective by scientific standards and all that, which is all bullshit. And I think, to be honest, it's like a implication of like subjectivism. But anyway, I was thinking about that guy you're talking about, because I was gonna say that guy could literally just chug maple syrup and that would increase his like his overall existence in general. Yeah. And that reminded me, last night when I was talking to that guy, he was like, "Oh no, bro, I got to keep on the diet sodas." I'm like, "The aspartame is, I know it's a," he used a term about the diet soda I'm not going to use. I know the diet soda is, yeah. not good for you. But I mean, as long as I'm losing weight, it doesn't matter. And that guy, right there, you saw the cognitive dissonance. Like, well, this isn't going to affect me in any other way besides this particular way. Why would my body have, interweaving systems that affect each other? That doesn't make sense. What?
And
you're telling me what I eat could possibly affect my longevity, maybe affect my ability to keep awake at night or in the day or whatever. It's ridiculous. But then I told him, bro, you could literally just pour a bunch of sugar in water and drink that, and it'll be better than the aspartame you're drinking. And that's when you get when I was like, what, bro? you can't be serious. The sugar, oh man, it was pretty funny though.
It definitely would be better. I mean, honestly, just send him what I like to do is talk about the Kempner rice diet, which I was trying to mention to you the other day when you were, this was a few weeks back, but when you were talking about the guy with diabetes and you were saying what could he do about that?
I was talking about I got diabetes.
Yeah, I was talking about the Kempner rice diet because what it is this guy, Walter, I think it was Walter Kempner. He did this study where he showed, he showed that diabetics, he had them eating white rice, sugar, table sugar, fruit juice,
white sugar.
Yeah. Fruit juice, fruits. And then I think some vitamin supplements. And what he showed was that people and they weren't even eating that many calories. It was just that what they were eating was a low protein, low fat, not even much sodium. I mean, really from what they're eating, but he was just showing that just going on carbs, and having the glucose and fructose as your main macro source, the body going into this glucose metabolism was able to restore insulin sensitivity in the diabetics, fix the diabetes, and it didn't kill them. It didn't make them die because, usually diabetics they're seen as oh, well, if you eat sugar, then that's bad, for diabetes. No, it didn't do that. The problem is diabetes is a metabolic disease, makes it so that the body isn't preferring glucose as far as what it's burning. But if you're able to make it so that you're doing that rather than fat, you're actually able to fix the problem, which is that metabolic disease resulting from the over time, only pretty much fat oxidation, and only fat, being used as a source of energy rather than glucose.
Only fat.
Well, the thing is sugar and fat, or carbohydrates and fat, compete for and I know that was an OnlyFans joke, but anyway,
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, but they compete for your actual in your cells for which one can be metabolized. So it's not it's all or one, all or nothing, but when the cells are preferring because they'll have it in a bigger amount, when they're preferring to burn glucose, or not burn glucose, when they're preferring to burn fat rather than glucose, that actually over time does cause these metabolic issues with the body that over time will cause the diabetes and the cancer and so on. So you actually do want to be preferentially burning glucose, which we will do by eating more glucose than fat. And also not eating a lot of fat, or I suppose more fat than the glucose, or enough to block the ability of the cells to do this. But it also becomes harder when you're in a lower metabolic state as opposed to a higher metabolic state where you'll have more of an ability for the cells to be burning both. I mean, not each cell, but different cells burning each one.
Right. Okay. The other thing is because protein plays into that too, but I guess it gets pushed out of the way if there's more fat and glucose.
I would say that the thing about protein, what I've seen as far as significance regarding this, it slows things down because of basically requiring more thyroid hormone in order to process the protein. And also, I think it also does this in the liver, if I'm not mistaken. There was something about that having to process it. So the issue would be that because it's requiring more thyroid in order to metabolize, and also, overall it's slowing down the metabolic process. That's why you're having more of a problem using both the sugar and the fat as extensively as you would without, or an excessive amount of protein.
I see.
And also, if you are restricting protein and fat, you basically make it so that obviously the body's able to use this glucose more effectively, but also you would be, by carbohydrate overfeeding, I mentioned it before, but there's this thing called FGF21, which is this hormone that basically is produced in a state of carbohydrate overfeeding, or I think in general, if you were to switch, actually no, usually when you're doing fat, that's just keto, but when you're doing the carbohydrate overfeeding, the body's actually able to use this for fat burning.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it honestly, if you just keep the carbohydrates at a 2-to-1 ratio to protein, that's like one of the most important things. Keep the fat. I would say like, definitely below the carbohydrates. I think if you really want to lose weight, like it's like you got to keep the fat lower. If you're already at a good weight, you can keep the fat higher than that. Which I know Ray Pete at one point, he was saying like, it's okay to get like 50% from fat. But somebody that is like obese would want to lower that. And even Ray Pete was saying when somebody is obese, they want to lower both protein and fat. You don't want to have protein and fat very high when you're in an obese state. You want to have sugar being the highest thing, carbohydrates. But obviously when you're talking about carbohydrates, the most effective thing for weight loss is keeping sugar versus starch at least 50-50, but you definitely want the sugar higher than the starch.
I mean, I'm not even overweight, but I keep that like 80-20.
Yeah. I mean, they showed like in mice that if you were to do this, like basically replacing 50% of the starch with sugar, that they were able to lose weight a lot more effectively. But yeah, it would be but there are cultures that eat like starches, very starch heavy diet. They're just eating lower protein. And then they're also cooking with saturated fat and they're able to stay lean that way. So it really matters about how you're doing it, right? But starches in general are not as preferable. They are preferable, like I would say, for like building muscle. But when you're already in an obese state, you do want to be, especially there, you want to be prioritizing sugar so that you can get leaner. And then at that point, if you do want to have like better like improvements when it comes to muscle recovery and such and building, you could implement more starch.
So the starches are preferable for building muscle. So that explains why the gym bros go crazy on starches then.
Yeah, that's why they use them a lot. But I mean, you don't want to have like a huge ratio of starches compared to sugar, because either way, that's not going to be good as far as like, I mean, I guess if you're already in a metabolically optimal state, you could do what those cultures are doing with the starch heavy diets, but then you don't want to do high protein.
And that's assuming you're not using polyunsaturated fats anyway.
Yeah, those cultures are using the polyunsaturated fats. The bodybuilders, the thing is a lot of them are using the steroids, and Georgie was mentioning it, where they'll use the trenbolone to rid the body of the polyunsaturated fats, and then they'll use things like testosterone and DHT to build muscle. So what they're doing is, without knowing, they're ridding themselves of the polyunsaturated fats through the steroids. They're just doing it in a very forceful manner to the body. But they are ridding themselves regardless of that by using the steroids. And also, I mean, excessive weightlifting is causing lipolysis. So you are causing more free fatty acids in the blood, which is not good for you health-wise. You want to be excreting the polyunsaturated fats through the liver in a process called glucuronidation, where basically you're inhibiting lipolysis. So you don't have any fat liberating itself into the blood. Instead, you have it going through the liver, coming out through the urine. And so basically over time, you'd be like basically pissing out the PUFA.
Yeah, that's the issue. I mean, we got to move on because we've been on this for a while. But like, I was talking to that guy, and he was so focused on, well, yeah, bro, but it's working. I'm losing weight and I'm gaining muscle. And I'm like, okay, that might be true, but it's not the optimal way to do it. You could be doing it way easier and way faster without having to sacrifice shit. Because I was telling you about, like, drinking a regular Coke would be way better than drinking a Diet Coke, for example. But you didn't want to hear that. And then 2. The effects you're having on your body long term, it's not going to be great for you, bro. You're going to fuck yourself up with that.
I mean, the
high protein diet.
The high fructose corn syrup isn't good either. I would say, like, obviously, I don't know if you put him onto Mexican Coke, but he probably thought you were insane.
No, I mean, once he started, look, here's the thing, bro. Whenever I'm trying to help somebody, once they start insulting me, that's it. You can fucking rock for all I care.
That's it. There's no more help. you wasted your free chance. I'm not here for charity work. I'm not here for charity work. I'm not going to give you everything for free.
Exactly.
I was going to help you, buddy. I was going to help you, buddy. But now I get something out of this.
I'm like if you were like reaching out for help or whatever, because you're like about to fall off a cliff or whatever, and like, oh, you call me like a non-funny F word with 6 letters.
Hey, you're disabled.
Yeah, I guess you're going to die now. Sorry. You made your choice. You know what you're doing. Because like it's one thing. I get that the sugar thing is like I get, because like even from my standpoint, when I first heard of it, I was like, well, that sounds crazy, just because it's kind of like literally built into you from a young age that sugar is literally the worst thing you could possibly eat somehow. But if you're at least open to understanding how that is a possibility, then that's fine or whatever. But once you go over the edge, you'd be like, oh, what? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about? That's fine. But then once you start using the ad-homs, like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I might check it out, and if I have to call him disabled, I will. But one last thing I was just going to mention, because now we're talking about the sugar.
I literally said too, I was like, okay, Brett, buddy, you can do what you want, but I'm not the one that's trying to lose weight here. So I mean, take what you want. I've never had any weight gain issues ever. And you're the one telling me how my diet's supposed to work. All right, guy.
Yeah. And the fact that you're not gaining, because there are people that, like, a lot of people come to repeat because they're like already metabolically dysfunctional. And so they're going to have a lot harder of a time like gaining back their insulin sensitivity. So there are people that do gain weight doing repeat, but macro balance is very important, which is something that not always people are paying attention to. But even the animal-based diet, which is like, there's a lot of overlap. People, I see them consistently like putting on muscle and losing weight. So, I mean,
yeah, I've not seen anybody have any like weight gain issues with the animal. Like even like, obviously the carb, I'm convinced, at least until I find any other evidence that kind of disqualifies it, which I am highly doubtful of that ever happening. But if it happens, it happens. At the very least, animal based would be like a good starting place for it,
right? Because
you don't see any kind of complications like that. It's pretty consistently, you get super lean, and you don't become like a fucking like those disgusting bodybuilders where they're so jacked that they look gross to look at. Mm-hmm. But you get pretty in shape, like close to that almost.
Yeah. Well, I do know Anabology was saying he was doing like low carb animal based, and he said he needed to raise the carbs because it was causing problems for him eventually when it was too low carb. But it wasn't the fact of what he was like eating overall. It wasn't like the diet itself, like, or what it contained. It was just that he wasn't eating enough. Yeah, he wasn't eating enough carbohydrates.
Yeah. Because the other thing, I didn't even notice this until ironically enough, I saw it on an animal-based post, which, because, she's like super big on like protein over everything else. But she made a post on like recovery from like a workout. And one of the things she said is like, if you still feel like sore in your muscles from a workout, that means you didn't, either one, you overexerted yourself, or two, you didn't recover properly. And ever since I started switching the ratio on my carbs, also I've been working out a lot less and a lot less intensely for a given period of time. But also in spite of that, like I still get like exhausted. There's one time I had to stop like my routine because I was starting to feel like dizzy and shit. I guess I didn't eat enough that day. But when I go home or like get back from the gym now, I just eat so many simple sugars and carbs. I drink orange juice, obviously, because it has the benefit of the electrolytes too. I don't have that feeling I used to get where I'd be sore for the entire week from going to the gym. It's non-existent. Like I'm sore for maybe like an hour, and it's not even that bad.
And I mentioned this in the server. Obviously, you're going to shit on me for playing tennis, but the thing is,
I am.
I try to skip over it as quick as I could just so that you wouldn't get that in. But anyway,
I see y'all.
The point is that if I were to do something endurance, like if I had to, I definitely think that aspirin is a huge help, like compared to what I've noticed because of the lowering of cortisol. So if you are going to do something endurance, which is very stressful, doing something, I mean, first of all, like Georgie, I think he talked about when he was rowing, like he had like those glucose packets, like where they would like suck them down, while they were doing it. So it's like, things that are lowering your cortisol, like sugar, aspirin, all that are very helpful for these sorts of things. I noticed when I took aspirin beforehand, I felt a lot better playing that day than I did the time before. And also like, I just know in general that usually when I'm at the end of a strenuous workout, and I try not to do that as much nowadays, but when I was doing that, I would have like sort of that feeling where I'm like, okay, I know I need some sugar. It's not just going to be protein. Like I feel like my glycogen stores are down. Like I can feel that versus like an actual protein craving. So that's definitely there. I know we were spending a while on this and you were trying to get off this topic, but I felt like that was productive. One last thing I was just going to mention is that like sugar in general, like, you have that craving as a kid because it's something that is good for metabolism. Like it's, that's why kids have these cravings. And that's why, because kids, like when they're actually presented with the right options, like, as far as like not like, well, I was going to say a different word than slop, but, just not the polyunsaturated fats, they're able to eat pretty well for what they need. And they're able to fill their nutritional requirements pretty well, like when they're just given access to like the whole foods. But even so, like kids like candy because it's something, not just because like it's, they would do a lot better on it as far as preventing childhood obesity if it was just the sugars like the fructose and the glucose rather than all these other additives and like polyunsaturated fats and high fructose corn syrup because sugar is something that is metabolic promoting. It is metabolism promoting, and the fact is that when people start to have less sugar cravings as they age, that is a result of just like they're basically in a state where their metabolism is down compared to where they were prior. And so, seeing as it is like a fix for like stress and such, it would be better to keep like, you know, obviously not pushing yourself to the point of like you're just overeating sugar, which there can be a point eventually, but honestly, like if you're just to add like, let's say like I think Georgie even said on Saladino show, he was saying like something like a pound of candy a day actually does increase like the metabolism a lot. So I mean, I'm just saying, you know, if you can find something that's simple sugar, or you can make it yourself, or something like hard candy or some sort of candy, I would encourage it, because it would definitely help. But and
the orange peels.
Yeah, do something like that. Now, we are getting to the point where we should. Huh?
Hold on. This kind of keeps going. I was going to say the one thing that kind of pushed me over the edge into like, okay, there's something probably here with the whole carb thing, was the fact that it made sense on multiple levels, especially on like an evolutionary standard, where you typically, I mean, there's some exceptions, like for example, like fructose corn syrup is an exception but that's kind of because it's like chemically made that way anyway. But things that taste what's the word, pleasing to somebody, they taste pleasing for a reason most of the time. That's why people like I think it was Saladino was talking about how even vegans, they have the craving for there's a term that I was going to use for it, but the savory taste of like meat and stuff like that. It's because your body needs it. Sugar.
Yeah. And yeah, you definitely get cravings for things. Like if you feel like you're depleted of something, it's definitely good to eat that. Like don't like go on some sort of like low carb diet, and then you feel like you really need carbs, and then just keep pushing yourself not to do it. That's stressful. And, you know, if I were to get to the point where like, you know, I'm cutting something like, let's say like, and I've made the mistake before a little bit with like fat, where it was like, I was eating like little fat, like, you know, during the day. And I was kind of like, okay, maybe I need to switch things up, because I really am getting those like sort of like, it wasn't even like a fat craving, but it was more so just like kind of just feeling like it was too low, like, you know, just feeling the negative side effects from it, rather than saying like, okay, this is necessarily fat. It was still like, okay, maybe I do need more. But yeah, like I do recognize a lot of things I need. Like if I need sodium, I can tell. If I need more liquid, I can tell. If I need less liquid, I can tell. If I need like, you know, just in general, if I need more sugar, I can tell that too. I mean, so yeah, just listen to yourself more as far as like the actual components that you're missing. Like let's say like, you know, macros or micros, just eat the right foods though that contain those things, you know. But anyway, yeah, I was going to say, guess what, guys? We're back. We're so back. You know why? Your boy's back on Duolicious.
Did you make a new account, or did you?
Nope. Yes, I did. Yeah, I was going to say nope to the last thing you were going to say.
What was
but
the
you
last
didn't say it. Well, you were going to say, did you make a new account or did you get reinstated? I was trying to say nope to that, but you took too long.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get reinstated. If the owner of Duolicious is watching this, my troll days are behind me, okay? Wink, wink.
You know,
don't take me off your platform again.
I don't want to poison the well before we get started, but Tinder is such a high, like, okay, like quality wise, you know, it's probably a bit, well, I don't know if I'd say worse, but it's not ideal. But in terms of like the aesthetics, I don't see this being very enjoyable, to be honest.
You don't like femcells?
What the fuck
Bro,
is that?
what's wrong with this?
Oh, no.
Bro, that's not the first part of it, but look at this. I mean, like, even the first one. Yeah, guys, we're on a femcell dating app. We're checking out femcells. Miami. Bro, why? Okay. Oh, my God.
What?
Human by chance, alpha by choice. Bro, this is already off to a great start. I exist and I am full of aloe water. That's good. I like aloe water lots. Crunch on the aloe. Good. Okay, well, you're demented. So
I mean, aloe's not bad for you.
No, but just this. She's 6'1".
Jesus.
No way.
Biatch. No, wait. Biatch.
Okay. What are we looking at? Nava? Pansexual.
Nava or
God.
Nava?
We're already on a pansexual man. Second click.
A pansexual man?
No, a pansexual man, comma.
Oh,
it was
comma.
like a comma.
Commas are important.
Yeah. Hi, I'm looking for intellectuals I can have deep conversations with. I'm pretty shy, and it takes a while for me to open up. I only have Instagram. You know, the thing is, if a woman's looking for an intellectual conversation, how do you feel about that?
Do I need to censor that?
What?
Where you just were? No.
Miami?
No, below her.
Hold on. Let me share a Tinder tab instead to check.
I mean, it's already too late. It's been like seen on the screen.
Where was it?
It's the like broad right below the Miami broad.
Below the Miami broad.
Bro, how are you not getting this?
I don't understand.
Okay, it's probably fine then.
Is there a location?
No.
Is there, I don't know. I don't know what you meant.
All
I legit don't know. Well, anyway, how do you feel if a woman asks you for an intellectual conversation?
No.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, why would I want this? First of all, get out. Get out! I don't like this mask, but that looks like it's drawn on, right? Like it's like pasted on.
Yeah.
But she's bisexual. Get out.
Yeah.
Too many pie. But can I filter those out? Hold on. Let's share this Tinder tab instead, so I can go to the filters and check.
She still didn't get back to you.
No, I don't even expect that at this point. It took me forever to get to her anyway.
That was a really funny sample.
Yeah. I can filter by orientation. Good. So I can get rid of these. Figs.
Figs.
Oh, I can.
No, I've never had a fig.
Ethnicities. Oh, didn't I do that last time? No, that was religion. You can filter, bro. They're telling me I can't troll on here yet. I can filter by ethnicity. It seems a little racist. Okay. So we finally have straight. Oh, I don't know if I added, because like, I don't know if I added the gender identity. I don't know if they have that one. Oh yeah, they do. And I only put woman. Good. Because they have like trans man, trans woman. Like you can look specifically for what you want. That's kind of strange that they would have that. Not most dating sites have that. Let's see.
Why did you have that Tinder page open already?
I was trying to copy paste some stuff for the profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have a 18 woman, straight, Hispanic, single, high school, doesn't have kids, doesn't want kids. It's not good. Looking for short-term dating.
5'1".
Where's Clewiston? What is this?
I didn't even know that was a place.
Clewiston. You look that up. I'm gonna keep looking through this.
All right. Yeah.
Oh. We got a bikini photo here.
That's kind of surprising for this site.
That's yeah. So doesn't want kids. Oh, you have to send a message, don't you? You can't swipe right on these things. These things. Okay. I feel, dude, like what got me banned last time, you think?
I don't even remember what your.
You think it was the Negro one? Tree grower Negro?
Oh wow, I think it might have been the.
Hey, knee as in Knee space grow. Come on. Ire.
A pimp.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Let's see what's going on here. Remember to take your pills. Bro, I was about to say the N-word. I am not a femcel. I just don't know how to talk to your kind.
Fair.
What is going on?
Wait.
What am I looking at?
What do you say? The fluoride stare.
Oh, a paste. Paste. Oh, what is going on? Why do you have a security cam? Or is this somebody else taking a photo?
Go back up.
You going and saying, nah, bro, you're bugging?
No. Up. Wait, up again. Just a little bit. There we go. Shit. It's like navigating a child, man. the fucking tags, man. There. Jesus.
Duster.
What is Funger?
Fear and Hunger.
She has that twice.
It says Fear and Hunger and then Funger.
What is stem cell?
What is this, like in STEM?
I mean, she's got biology there.
Probably then.
That's not a bad body type.
That's what I'm saying.
How old is she?
19. Private location. Hustlers University. Let's go. Walgreens. Doesn't want kids. None of these bitches want kids. Let's filter by wants kids and see what we get. Oh, am I supposed to show this? I don't think I have any of my information here. These are search filters.
No, it should be fun.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of friends like we did last time.
Horrible show.
Huh?
The horrible show.
Yep. Smoke. Well,
I think I remember seeing like an Instagram post or something, and in the comments, people were talking, "What's wrong with Friends?" And somebody was like, "If Friends is your favorite show, then you are a waste of a human being," or something like that. And I mean,
we got 5 that want kids and meet the rest of the standards.
And one of them has a real photo. Wait, 2?
Maybe the other ones do.
Kind of.
Firefighter. Let's see this one. Maybe some of them.
What is that?
Maybe some of them have real photos somewhere in their profiles. Oh. What are you? White? Huh? Should I just send that white question mark? Okay.
You sure?
White? Should I say you're white or just white question mark?
Just use this white.
You sure? The you sure is necessary too?
I think the you sure is good.
Let's see. Ignore my dirty mirror. Just looking for friends and relationships. Prefer men. I'm white, but part Middle Eastern. Bro, what is it, bro? Get out! Dude! Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Let's get out of here. Oh, we already checked this one. Let's see. You put what? The Asa? Oh my god.
Some
anime. There's so many anime references on this thing. Okay,
it's
well,
all anime.
Only this one has a real photo. Let's see what you got on your profile. You're from Tampa. Let's see. What does your shirt say? I am clinically insane, and I want to krill this threat that is serious, and you can hold me legally accountable for it. I want to krill so bad. You can use this shirt as evidence against me in court after I commit that word, because I want to so bad. It's not a great shirt. It's not a great shirt.
I'm sure shirts like these are great for judges.
Is that Sam Hyde?
Yeah, what?
No! Let's go! TBH, I just moved here and I'm really having a really hard time meeting people. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking to find people who like abstract style conversations. Give me an hour long philosophical combo at 3 a.m. and I'm happy. I'm really not into autism hobbies like tanks and guns, but I do occasionally play video games. I strongly prefer extroverted people. You didn't spell it right. Or at least not a shut-in / afraid of women. Okay. I strongly Prefer. Oh no, I already read that. Honestly, just be a normal, adjusted person, and I'll probably like you. I'm an atheist, fairly right wing, and some of my hobbies include a crochet, cooking, flying planes. I'm a pilot,
Oh.
and reading/writing. I am schizophrenic. This is what, bro? Look at this shirt,
Oh my god,
bro. This is fed. Are you fed? Okay, what do I say?
I think you gotta engage in some way.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what though.
I mean, my first thought is I would have said you're fed before seeing you with Sam Hyde.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. Are you using your real photos for this one?
Yes.
I mean, if she's genuine, you could maybe use that as bragging points against a Northeast guy.
Yeah, true. That would be funny. Okay. So we got to change back the filters because
we're out of options.
We're out of options. Yep. Or we can make the distance further. But how far does 503 miles even get us? To what? Like Georgia? Okay, so we can extend it if you want to do that. I just don't know how much we can stay in the US with.
Just do it all the way and see what happens.
No, I'm going to do it
just slightly under all the way. There.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what we get. Nini. Oh, Brazil. Brazil.
Let's not celebrate too early.
Yeah, that's the only photo we get.
Not much to go off of. But she's open to long distance.
Yeah. But there's nothing to go off of.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing.
Brazil. Maybe we could
Aquarius.
Check let's see. We can kiss someone on the first date. That's good.
Is it? I don't think it matters that much.
Really?
I mean, it's better.
It seems like it seems like very preserving, you know.
I could see how you could see it as a good thing, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad thing if you do it.
But it just seems like it implies that more is preserved than just that.
It could, but it's not necessarily linked.
Yeah, well, it just seems like it from the start. You know, it's a flag. You know, it's a flag.
And even I'd even go as far. I'll take the page out of somebody else's book. I don't think necessarily giving out on the first try is necessarily a red flag, assuming
it's the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not against that. I'm just saying.
Kissing?
Huh?
You're not against that, but kissing is a problem?
I'm not saying that's the problem. Well, my thing is I'm saying is that, you know, if you're just giving them out to, you know, on the first thing and it isn't me. No, but on a real note, it's serious. Like, you know, okay, if you really think like you see something very long term with the person for some reason on the first date, you're like, I have it in my mind that this person seems like somebody I want to commit to for a long time. You know, I want to build something with this person, whatever, you know, that's one thing. But, you know, if you're just saying like, is it okay to, like, if you're outright saying like, yeah, it's okay to kiss on the first date, you know, as a woman too, because usually they like to be a little more conservative with what they even say they'll do, you know what I mean, compared to what they actually do. So True. It's a good sign that at least it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't do that on the first date. That's just her statement. It may change if she really thinks that you're that person, right? If you're that guy, but in her introduction to the general, she's just saying, I don't do that. So clearly, like, you have to be that guy that she breaks the rules for, or at least the ones that she says she has.
Beta bucks, alpha fucks.
Yes. Okay. But yeah, no, that's exactly my logic behind it. Like, it's good that she's saying that she wouldn't do that. But if she does it, it's not a bad thing, you know, with you, you know?
I got you. That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. Giving game out here to the podcasters. Game is game. Okay, so what do we say here?
Game is game.
Let's see. We kind of got stuck on that question. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm stuck here.
She talks, body talk, pictures I can see.
Should animals have the same rights as humans? No, let's go. That's because she likes that Brazilian barbecue too much, huh? Oh, she finds tattoos attractive. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good.
No good?
That's no good. It's all right. It's all right.
I saw that recently. Mitch Connor.
It's all right. Yes, it's all right. What would you start with here?
What do you mean? Oh, as a message?
Yeah.
How badly do you want to escape Brazil?
Okay, that was actually pretty good. I like that. I like that. You know, but how did the Brazilians feel about their homeland? Aren't they like really like? Don't they like it? Aren't they fond of it?
Yeah.
But except for every time I meet a Brazilian outside of Brazil, they're always like wanting to. Even the ones that aren't like legal citizens yet, they want to be here. They don't want to be in Brazil.
It's the it's like the curse of the Hispanics and just Latins in general. It's like the French. They hate France, but they'll kill you if you say anything about France. It's that kind of shit. Not literally, obviously, but yeah, they're ultra like nationalistic, but at the same time, they acknowledge that they would rather be anywhere else.
So we have a couple options. I could say, so how about that barbecue?
No, you do that if it's Korean.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
She won't get it though.
Well, her eyes look a little like she could be Korean.
They have a lot of Japs over there. Can I say that? Some people consider that a slur. What?
I like how that's like simultaneously it's just a shortened version of the word, and then also it's somehow like a slur. Like in Sunny, they did that like early on when they were talking about Jews. Like they're like Dennis is like, yeah, this like because they were talking about the guy that bought their bar, and that's when they go jihad. And so like, yeah, he's like, we're gonna show this Jew, and they're like, whoa, dude,
Whoa,
you can't say that. Yeah,
they were in fact going to show that Jew.
Okay. So that's your plan here. How tied are you to Brazil or whatever it was? How badly do you want to leave Brazil?
Yeah, escape. Escape is the
How
key.
badly do you want to escape Brazil? How married are you to Brazil? It's a little more casual.
How many essays you got? Like 7?
Yeah, man, I wrote my essay, Juan. Okay.
But I am right. They do have a lot of Japanese people over there. I think that's like either second or third highest amount of Japanese people in the world.
How married are you to Brazil? Let's see. This one probably doesn't have any real photos,
boy.
but let's see.
This is not gonna. What? Is that a spider?
It's like a beetle.
What? Okay.
Like the rhino beetle. I'm guessing she doesn't have any real photos. No.
Ben 10. No, that's game
Philadelphia,
theory.
East Asian in Philadelphia with a Matt Pat shirt. Game theory.
What? Ew.
Femcell, Truecell.
Bosnia. Out.
Wojak. D&D 4chan. This is neat. This is, I mean, like, I wonder what she looks like. This is kind of odd. This reminds me of that one chick in our server.
Which one?
The Asian.
Oh.
Not this one, the last one. This one's just Asian. Looking for short-term dating. Like snowboarding, bad music connoisseur, tennis enjoyer.
I like when they acknowledge that their music taste sucks.
Yeah, why would you say that? Why would you be into bad music?
No, I'm
Bro,
saying
I love
like
100 Gex.
Oh, well, that's different. There's a lot wrong with that I won't go into.
So anyway, we hitting this chick up?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't because of the bad music or because of the
No, I said that's good. I said I like when they acknowledge that their music taste sucks.
Oh, because you could put them onto new music or what?
No, because then I convert. Never mind. Because then I can remind them, and they can have no defense.
Hey, this music's shit.
Yeah.
I like this photo better than I like this one.
I like
These
that
don't
one
look like
more
the
than
same
other one.
person, do they?
She has more makeup on.
I like the no makeup more than I like the makeup.
I like the makeup.
No, I don't. I like this a lot more.
Okay.
I'm gonna text her something, man. You're like, you got that fever.
10 minute.
Can I get an egg roll with that? Let's see what her tags are. Snowboarding, Bjork, Deftones.
Oh no.
Drawing,
You know
femdom.
Bjork?
Femdom. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm getting out of here, bro. No.
Bjork is awful.
Bro, did you see femdom?
Oh, well, yeah, she's Asian.
Bro, what? What does that have to do with Asians?
What doesn't have to do with Asians?
They're freaky.
Yeah.
Mill Creek, Washington.
What is it? What's it?
Unemployment based. Okay. Looking for marriage. Okay.
Ushanka.
Those drugs. What kind of drugs are you talking here?
Did you
Let's
say
go.
doze drugs?
I said does.
It sounded like you said doze.
I said does. But anyway.
Those drugs. I can dig it.
What drugs? Only taking coke is an acceptable answer.
Man, you really are trying to get on the list here.
Of what kind of list are we talking here?
I mean, this is almost certainly like a front of a site.
Then we'll get rid of that.
Did you not come to the same conclusion?
Well, I mean, I did, but if you think that's too risky or something, I don't know.
I don't know, because I don't know. I really don't. I wouldn't personally.
You're a white girl doing that white girl?
Oh,
No?
I didn't even get that.
I can put the does drugs first.
I guess does drugs ?
Someone already sent that.
It's like a Tyler 1 reaction.
Does drugs. Okay, I have to add something now.
Another question mark.
Nope. Okay, we have to come up with something here because
Nose candy ?
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh wait, hold on. My headphone disconnected. There we go. Okay. Oh my God. What am I looking at? Oh my God. What's that Peter one? When he blows up the children's hospital. Oh my, how does he do it? I can't even do the Peter voice. That sounded like Jordan Peterson got really strained there. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. That sounded not as enthusiastic. Okay. Mogwarts.
Have you seen the Mogwarts reels?
No. Actually, I might have seen like one. Oh my God.
I enjoy them.
Oh my God, dude, this is dark. Let me get out of here. I'm getting out of here. No.
Yeah, this is bad.
Okay, we already texted this chick. This one, I don't know if she has a real photo. Oh my God. My Little Pony. Let's go. Okay, there's clearly some issues here. There's clearly some issues overall on this website. Is that actually her? Or is that a photo?
Looks like it could be, yeah.
Yakubian. No way. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are you doing?
Whoa. I didn't even notice that.
What are you doing to me here?
Yo, you know what? She wore like the semi-striped things too. So that emphasizes it.
Bro, what is she doing on this like bus? Boys. Why does she have the crucifix though?
Wait, yeah, hold on. What?
Yeah, why is she wearing that?
Is it like ironic or something?
Yeah, we did it. It's like the teardrop. It's like the teardrop when you kill somebody.
Crucifix.
Yeah, she wears a crucifix for that. Okay. We have Sarah. Copenhagen, Denmark. How am I getting Denmark?
You did go pretty far. You went
I
like
did go pretty
5,000
far.
miles.
It's across the ocean, man. Let's see. Oh man. I was liking this
Oh
more.
man,
I was liking this more up here. This photo, no. That made me feel a little freaked out.
She's Scandinavian.
This photo made me a little scared.
Yep.
This photo was good. It was cute, but Jesse, oh no.
Oh no.
Let me consume you like a female praying mantis. Give me your best pickup line and I will maybe let you hit, or give me your disc, bro. Maybe let you hit. I don't like that. This whole that wasn't good. Get out. Oh, the lip piercing. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hispanic Haktua University. Bro, where's the Haktua button on this thing? Angry Birds if it was funny. Haktua! Haktua! Slingshot on that thing. It's so unfunny that it becomes funny.
It's just depressing at this point.
Just a mid looking for her forever. Oh, okay. That's
No,
good.
she's
That's
honest.
good. That's good. Sometimes funny on Twitter. Oh, I'm not following you on Twitter. Oh my God. No way. Come on. This could be us, bruh. Oh my God.
Whoa.
What are you doing here?
What the hell?
What are you posting? Oh my God. This is not what you look like.
Well, we didn't get a full body photo.
That's true. I'm not feeling like that was a fluoride stare right there. That was a fluoride stare.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here. Let's see. This is too long. I ain't reading all that.
It's a whole essay, bro.
You don't even have a photo of yourself. Maybe if you were hot, I'd read it. Oh. Not really worth it.
Mexican American.
Huh?
Mexican American.
Yeah, we're getting out of here.
Hey, sometimes Mexicans are good.
Sasha from Canada? Oh.
It's over.
Just leave?
Yeah.
Yeah. You might come back in a few months and it's just the profile's gone.
What?
She's from Canada. You know what they do up there.
Oh. Yes?
Now, this is not the best sign. This could go either way.
Yeah.
That could go either way. Could be a lot of trauma involved in that. There's not even there's not even a photo of her. I was trying to look for one and I couldn't find it. Rack. Oh, Rack.
Rach.
Oh, let's go, Rack.
Wait, what's the location? Oh, private. Okay.
CERN theoretical physicist. That I don't know about that. I don't know if that's actually you serious? MIT secret lab? I think this has to be fake.
I'm nice and kind. Please don't sell my data to advertisement companies so they can use telekinetic beams to put brand deals into my dreams.
I don't get this reference. Okay.
I don't either. I never watched that trash show.
Okay. Brit Bong. Oh. Ugh.
The hell's Brit Bong?
It's like British people, man. Bongistan. Fen Aryan. Hunter Biden sold me a teenth. I'm cis. I'm just ugly. January 6th. Yeah, autism. BPD maxed. Oh, that's not good. Epstein pilled. Oh, femcell. Gordon Freeman. It's hard wife. Okay. We hitting her up?
Might as well.
But what? At this point.
Are you British?
Yeah, that's a great question. Dude, somebody already sent this question. I knew it was going to happen.
Hold on. I had something, but you can't send that. Are you British? Toast sandwich? Question mark.
Toast sandwich. I thought they eat a toast sandwich.
You never heard of this?
That is beans on toast.
Look up the toast sandwich.
Is that like syrup sandwich?
No, it's like a toast sandwich.
You just put bread in between bread.
No, you put toast in between bread.
Wait, so there's two untoasted pieces of bread, one toast in the middle.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on the toasted bread, or?
Yeah, it's just toast.
These people hate their lives.
They really do.
It says which may be buttered, but may add salt and pepper to take. Oh my God. Not even like, sugar, butter, like, I mean, some butter maybe, but not even like sugar, cinnamon, like, jelly, honey.
Have you heard of the Australians? They got what they call fairy bread.
Oh, dude, I actually have eaten that.
Really?
Yeah, you put like the sugar and the cinnamon on it after you butter it.
No.
Oh, that's not it?
The fairy bread is where you put butter and you put hundreds and thousands on there.
Huh?
You put hundreds and thousands on there.
What do you mean?
Hundreds and thousands.
What is this?
Hundreds and thousands.
Like racks?
No, hundreds and thousands.
Of dollars?
No.
Sprinkles?
Yes.
I knew fairy bread from the name fairy, but I was like, hundreds and thousands, is that like a sprinkles brand?
No, it's just sprinkles.
Why is it called hundreds and thousands?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
It's Australia. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, I guess not. I'm just going to say, are you British? Please don't tell me you eat toast sandwich. How about I just skip the British? Because she's already gotten that. Please don't tell me you eat toast sandwiches. Boom! Boom!
Boom.
Boom! That's a boom! Okay. Yeah, let's get a couple more here.
Get the ones that actually have.
I'm just scrolling through to see if they have anything. But yeah, you're right. Wait. Was that her, or was that just some like Asian doll?
Go back up.
Nope, that wasn't her. Let's see what the race says. East Asian, so it might be her. I'm not messaging this chick.
Yeah, don't.
Based? Okay.
Yo, capybara.
Let's see what this chick looks like. This is actually what she looks like? I feel like there's probably just a lot of women posing as Asians on here. That might be the case. For male attention. Okay, Ivy. Oh, this is blurry. You're clearly fake. That's clearly not you. How could it be? Russian. Okay, well, this has to be a scam. Orthodox, this has to be a scam. Dude, if there were a Fed on this app, I mean, this is it. Come on. Blurry photos, Russian, Orthodox. I mean, come on.
Such
Has
a
to be.
shame.
Has to be, right? Answered 311 questions. That's what they paid a Fed to do.
You know, my one buddy dated a Russian Orthodox broad.
But she's a
Didn't work out though.
yeah, we're not gonna hit this one up because clearly that's some sort of scam. Nope. Yuki. I feel like we saw this one. Yeah, that looks familiar.
Yeah, that's a no.
Brother, brother, Wait, what? I don't talk a lot. I just really hate my voice. These people are not okay. Your name is in Braille. Okay. Are you blind?
Eternal
virgin. I thought it said anal virgin when the thing was covering it up. Me helping him block every girl he's ever interacted with. Okay. Daddy issues. I saw that as a tag. Where do you check this one? Did that say belly? Belly? Oh my god.
Yo, wait.
Grease will destroy turkey. Okay, that was decent. Oh, not the tattoo. Not the tattoo, belly.
The tattoo is like the one thing that they're not aware of. You notice that?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't like the bangs, but okay.
Those are actually pretty bad bangs.
Yeah. Oh, communist. Oh. Yeah, let's get out of here. No commie. No commie. Oh.
Legenda Sam.
Bare feet. Feet liquor. Feet pics. Oh my god, I love feet.
Wow.
Bro, 18 Eastern European living in the West dominant, maybe kinky if you prove yourself findom. Findom? What is findom? It's
she like dominates fins.
Like fins, like, you know, like animal fins?
No, Finnish people.
Oh. But it says femdom here twice. Okay, we're getting out of there too. Oh my god, there's no
Wait.
Bro.
Buenos Aires.
Oh my god, what is going on there? Oh my god. Brazil.
Huh.
No, I don't like the piercing. Negative
like
ribs. You like this painting?
Yeah.
But she could have grabbed this from the internet.
She probably did.
Yeah, I don't think she owns that painting.
No.
She might try to gaslight you into it because that's one of her interests.
Also, the guy should be on the horse, not the woman. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. That's not a good sign. I wonder if I can add ghouls to my interests.
Whoa, what is that?
Weeble wobble?
No, to the right of her. Wait, hold on. Go back. Germany? Go back.
What?
Weeble wobble.
Oh.
Jesus.
Well, anyway, guys, there's clearly a lot of ill women out there. So if you yourselves want this, clearly Duolicious is getting more of a viewer or more of a membership. And yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we got to tell the public more about this because clearly the issue is getting worse. And hopefully, you know, this, you know, honestly, so, you know, typing messages to these women, I do feel like it would probably be a better result, like for the ones that we can actually message than Tinder, though. A lot less in quantity compared to Tinder. So, you know, there's that. But anyway, guys, that's probably gonna have to be a wrap at this point. Because I don't want to get to the point where I was like sick of Tinder not last time. Like it was probably the first time we even did it. But you know, at this point, I feel like we're gonna.
What are you talking about? I had to stop it the first time.
I'm gonna have to stop it here before it gets to that point. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, we may do some more Duolicious if you guys want it, but if not, we could do a different site or we could just do some other activities, you know, but wanted to bring you guys an update on Duolicious because it's been a while and it's, you know, there's still people interested in it. We still get a lot of views on that other clip. So, yeah. Well.
Stay Duolicious.
Yeah. So you got anything else to say, Mr. Greg?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay. Were you gonna say it this time, or
What?
you said you had other stuff to say?
Yeah.
Like now, or
Yeah. Hold on.
okay.
Okay, that's it.
Come on. What was that? Okay.
What do you
Anyway,
mean?
guys,
What?
we're gonna see you
Oh.
on the podcast.
Ever.
Okay.
That's what a cacophony would sound like.
Okay.